Hey, I'm Spencer. I'm making a 2D top-down multiplayer trench warfare game. It has been 6 months since my last devlog. I've gotten quite a bit done, like bots, more items, multiplayer prototype, some visuals, more item slots, and I finally made a trench system. I've been uploading TikToks and YouTube shorts of some of this progress. Go check that out. So, bots. Basically, bots will patrol an array of points by order of distance until a relevant object enters their vision box. They will flee from armed characters when unarmed and pick up weapons and ammunition, and then chase and shoot characters when armed, and they'll reload when they're safe. I also added an auto gun, basically just copied and pasted basic gun and increased the firing rate. Also added a new ammo type for this new gun. Then I made med packs. So med packs will give you a certain amount of HP after using it for a certain amount of time. You can't shoot a gun while using it or drop it, or else it'll just reset. I also added a streak leaderboard, which basically just orders characters by their kill streak, which resets every time they die. There's a mini map which has a dot for every character, and the local player is a green dot. Eventually I got working on a multiplayer prototype. So I made this from scratch with C# WebSockets and Google protobufs. I tested it with friends. It has a lot of weaknesses and bugs.
How do you pick stuff up?
It's right click.
Oh, that's ammo. Oh, I thought it was a gun. I just shot the bot like 12 times and it didn't take any damage. I think he dropped a gun and I took it.
Yeah.
Good.
My name's racist.
Bot one's kind of crazy.
Yeah, bot one's like,
Huh?
Up, bro.
Your little giggle playing this game makes it all worth it.
I found the medkit. That's all I
Why'd
tell
you
you.
drop your gun?
What? I used a medkit and it killed me!
Around this point, I took a break and started working on some visuals. So I got this rough, hand-drawn goblin animation drawn with Blender grease pencil. It plays a walking animation when I'm walking, but it faces the cursor, not the direction I'm walking. There's also a sprite ordering system, so held items will appear in front of the character when the character faces down and appear behind it when it faces up. And lower objects will render in front of higher objects. Multiple item slots, so you can hold multiple items at a time, but only use one. Currently limited to 2, but I could easily increase this or decrease it. Trenches. You can dig and fill using spades. Those spades will decrease your movement speed while digging or filling. They also have a maximum dig radius and durability, which is the amount of square meters it can modify before breaking. Collider in trench detection. If any filled area is detected within the collider, it is vulnerable to outside bullets. Bullet wall detection. When bullets are created within a trench, they may hit colliders within trenches until they hit a wall. In-game, this is visualized by making the bullet trail red while it's in the trench, and then it goes back to white as soon as it leaves the trench. Collider wall detection. So this system prevents character colliders from leaving trenches. It's intended to keep players inside of trenches until they intend to leave and endanger themselves, instead of just allowing them to leave when they didn't mean to. You can exit a trench by jumping or pressing spacebar. Still having some issues, some edge cases where the collider is allowed through, so it's a work in progress. And that's about everything I got working since the last devlog. Next, I'm planning to make the game a bit more fast-paced, like a bullet hell playstyle, just to make it funner. So slower, bigger bullets, and the bullets could bounce off walls when the character intends for the bullet to stay within the trench, maybe by clicking within a trench. Also, the bullets will have a chance to penetrate trenches even when shot from outside of a trench. I might just make it so only specific guns can do this, or I might just remove the feature entirely if I don't like it. Some bullet hells have a melee feature, a very short-ranged combat, and in this game it would most likely be used just with bayonets and spades. I also gotta update bots. I haven't really touched any of the bots' logic since adding the automatic gun. They don't even know how to use med packs. I want to improve their memory because they're currently just forgetting anything outside of their vision box. They also should be able to favor items because they currently just pick up the first gun they find, and even when it runs out of ammo, they won't try to swap it out for a gun they have ammo for. So obviously instead, they should swap items for more favorable ones when they find them. They also need to know how to use their multiple item slots. They have multiple item slots, but they don't know how to use them, so it's as if they don't have one. Also, just like I just mentioned, they need to know how to use med packs, how to strategize with them, how to use them at the right time, or when to stop using it if they're in combat. I also got to improve their fleeing logic. Currently, they just get stuck and bounce between threats they might find that they can't fight against. Instead, I'll just make it so they find the safest and closest position and move to that position instead of just moving the opposite direction of any threat, which is what they do now. They also have no idea how to use trenches, so I need to update their logic to know how to dig, how to fill, and how to navigate trenches. It's going to involve a lot of complicated pathfinding, which is kind of new to me. Once I get all of that working, I need to redesign the network logic to work with all this new stuff. So I gotta fix timing issues. This is actually something that was happening before. Currently, the server and clients might receive updates in the wrong order, causing motion jitter and other issues. I also gotta implement some correction logic. Sometimes, which character is holding which item is inconsistent because update data is lost. When clients try to do something they can't do, like creating a bullet when the server knows they don't have a gun, the server will tell the client the actual position of the gun instead of just gaslighting the player. I also need to give the server more control and better monitoring of client data. For example, that would be like clamping positions to the max distance the character could have moved since the last update. Also, gotta network multiple item slots. Currently, the network logic is still just built around one item slot. And finally, I gotta network trenches. This should be pretty easy because I designed trenches to be very data efficient, but we'll see, it might not be as good as I think. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts about all the things I've talked about, if you like it or don't like it, or even if you have any ideas that I haven't even thought of. I'd love to hear it. I'm also wondering if you guys want more technical videos. I try to avoid getting too technical in these devlogs, even though the background of how all this works is really interesting. I would really love to make a video. It's just, I don't know if you guys would even care. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell when I upload in 6 months. Hopefully I'll upload sooner than that. I don't know. As I mentioned before, follow my TikTok and watch out for my YouTube shorts if you want more little updates here and there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next devlog.